Your license for a jet ski isn't too bad in Japan. It costs about $600 for all the materials and a one-time on the water lesson. And basically they're putting some buoys out there and you're gonna go around these buoys. You can't get too close. You can't hit the buoys. But this is basically the on the water test right here. You're just gonna go straight, turn around, come back, and then you're gonna go around them. And then you're gonna go around it in a figure 8. And then you're gonna do little circles around it, start to finish. Not too bad on the water. I felt like the on the water test was pretty easy. The written test, it is a little bit more difficult. As long as you read the book comes in English also. Everything's in big pictures. A lot of good information also. So this is for the Japanese version of the same book. But the English, I didn't read the Japanese one, I just did the English one. They also give you a rope and a little cleat to practice all your knots. They're gonna ask you to do some knots. When they have you walk around the jet ski, you're gonna point out some stuff on the jet ski. They're gonna ask you what you need in the jet ski. Basically, you need the paperwork on the jet ski. You're going to need a life vest, a phone in a Ziploc bag or a waterproof sealing bag. They might ask you where the battery is or where some of the components of the jet skis are, like the steering wheel or just basic stuff. But once again, if you read the book, go over the reading material, it shouldn't be too bad. It's nothing like the getting your license for your driver's license. They're not going to this is some of the stuff. And pamphlets, the pamphlets are actually on the test. And then this is the actual test that they gave me. And these are some of the sample tests they give you, which are actual tests also. It matters which one they give you for your test. That's an I. This one's, the one they gave me was a G. So but you just need basic knowledge of Japanese. They're not going to make you speak Japanese or read or write it or anything like that. Alright, well that sums it up. It was about $600 US for all this stuff and one time on the water with an instructor. I guess you can do it by just getting the material itself and just learning on your own. But I felt like the one time on the water was worth it. He did give a little bit more insight to where to turn. But if you rode a jet ski before, you'll be fine. This is like the pre-check before you depart. This was also on the test for the walk around. They don't ask you to do everything, but they had me do 2 of them. They had me check the battery, the location of the battery, and they had me check where the hole was, which is just a boat. But yeah, you need a rope. If there's other people there, they will be doing the same test as you, and they'll have them find different things. It's nothing too intense. And that's starting and stopping the engine. But yeah, it's only a couple things that they want you to check. The oil, the fuel filter, a whistle, some kind of device to make a noise. You can use your phone as long as it's in a waterproof bag. And the whole number, a lot of the ship inspection. It's like the paperwork, the registration of the vehicle. Coolant level. Remember, all jet skis don't have all this stuff on them. Fuel tank cap. And another one was the weather. The weather was another thing on the test itself. Also, as you come to the test and for the practice boat ride, they're gonna want you to bring a pair of water shoes that are closed, not Crocs. And here's some of the weather stuff that's gonna be on the test. So this right here is definitely on the test. This little chart on the right, these little symbols, and these little marks right here. I don't know how to read that. I'm just trying to give you guys a gist of what's going to be on the test. But pretty much if you read this book, and you could read the Japanese book too if you wanted. And all these little pamphlets they give you should be fine. Be on your way to your jet ski license. So here's some of the rope work. I want you to tie different knots. On the test itself, they did have me do 2 of them. They just said do 2 of the knots that you know. They didn't particularly say a name or anything like that. But that was on the test. And again, they give you this rope and a little cleat for you to practice at home. They weren't too strict about it. He was really nice when he was trying to make me do it. Okay, no beeping sounds. Made it all the way out to Yokata Port. Seems to be running fine. Let me head back here. There's the bridge way over there.